Yo, this is the first taste of freedom, and look at the sky. I know that my phone does not do justice.
Oh, it's so
Oh my god. That is not real. Okay, so as part of our orientation workshop, we are helping to run a English-speaking camp for students in Korea. And so we each have one day where we teach one lesson, so a 40-minute lesson, and the theme is kind of around the world. And today I taught a 40-minute lesson. The topic was Europe, and I talked about European foods. It went really well. Okay, so leading up to this, we were given kind of the prompt when we were still in the US, and then we were told to make a lesson plan and submit a lesson plan. But we weren't really given too much information. We were just told that our students are low to mid-intermediate level, and that the topic was Europe. That's kind of all we got. So I was very nervous going into this. I mean, I know how to lesson plan, but I'd never made a lesson for English language learners before. But I made a lesson based on European foods, and I used the vocab terms better and best and worse and worst. And so then I was having students choose kind of their favorite European foods. And so I was really nervous leading into it, but I just got done and it went really well. I only had 5 students in the class, but they all participated and answered. They may have already covered this topic before, this vocab term, but they're all really willing to kind of go with it and talk about food and participate in the lesson. And so I was really nervous beforehand, but that went really well, so I'm really happy. Two little snowmen. But it is starting to snow. Let's go take a look. It's the morning of day 2 out of quarantine, and I still can't believe this is what my view is. Even when it's cloudy and snowy, still insanely beautiful and peaceful and tranquil and all the words. It's Tuesday night, a little bit rainy outside, but I'm headed to do kind of a craft project with Korean traditional paper. I think it should be pretty fun, and it's in person, so that's a plus, but I'll let you know how it goes. So here's the final product of my Hanji paper book. So you can see the gold covers on the front and the back, and on the back it has a place where you can like write a name or a title on it. And then, as you saw in the earlier clips, I stitched it together with some red thread. I glued it and then stitched it to make it stick together. And then you open it up. You have a very nice traditional hanji paper. So as you saw from the clips, the loose ends are kind of the ones that I glued together. And so each paper is kind of one piece of paper folded in half. So you can see here, it's pretty thick. Has about 10 pages. But I think I'll eventually end up gifting this maybe to my host family if I end up getting a host family, because this is just too pretty. I feel like I'll never use it because it's too pretty. So I think this would make a nice gift maybe for like a host mom or maybe a co-teacher. So yeah, that's my hanji book. Hey y'all, it's Thursday. Walking to lunch, but I wanted to update you that tonight we have our placement ceremony. And so what that means is that we will find out where in Korea we will be going for the next year. I didn't put too many preferences on where I wanted to go in Korea, so I'm super excited to kind of find out what school I'll be at and where that will be. But that's not till later, so I'll keep you updated. Hey y'all, I just wanted to share that I received my teaching placement. And so, without further ado, the city that I will be moving to in about 3 weeks is Jeonju. And I am super excited. I didn't put really any preference on where I wanted to go. I was just kind of excited to see where I would end up. And so that place is going to be Jeonju. I'll be teaching at a private high school, co-ed high school. So first year, second year, and third year high school students. There's about 1,000 students at this school. A little bit about the city itself. So Jeonju is actually ranked the 4th major tourist city in Korea. It's the 16th largest city. It has about 600,000 people, but in terms of tourist sites, number 1, Seoul, number 2, I think Jeju, number 3, Busan, and then number 4 is actually Jeonju, where I will be going. So I'm excited to see all that the city has to offer. The traditional food in Jeonju is actually bibimbap, which I do indeed enjoy, so I'm excited to get much more of that. In Jeonju, they also have the Hanok village, which is like a traditional village. It has a lot of like more historical architecture and shops and things to do there, and so I'm excited to see all of that. And then also in Jeju, they're known for making hanji, which is Korean traditional paper. And so you probably saw the part of the video already where I made a booklet out of hanji. So that paper, that is something that is made a lot of times in Jeonju. Some idols from Jeonju, there's Taeyeon from Girls' Generation. There's actually Hwasa and Wheein from Mamamoo, as well as Yeji from ITZY. So that's just kind of a fun detail. But anyway, this is stuff I just looked up by Google. I have not been there myself, but I'm super excited that I'll spend the next kind of 10 months after I leave orientation exploring the city, learning more about it, and getting to experience it myself. So I'm super excited for this placement, and I am excited for orientation to get over so I can move there and learn about it in person instead of just Google. But that's all I have for now. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited with me, and stay tuned to see more updates.